Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs postgame live.
And he drives this one out in the very deep right center, way back, and it's gone. A three-run homer. 5-0 here in the second.
Kyle Schwarber with the big blow. Cubs hang on then and win 5-4, 5-8-0 over 4-5-0. Cubs improved to 59-48. Hello, welcome in Cubs post-game live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. He is Holly, Todd Hollingsworth. I'm David Kaplan. Jason Hamill was really good early, then hit a speed bump, and he was out. But the Cub offense gave him enough early.
Well, and that's what you wanted to see. Again, a series like this, very interesting how this dynamic's actually playing itself out. We know that the Giants are, boat racing. They've been playing very good baseball. They're in the wild card conversation, as are we. We haven't seen the Giants. I mean, all we know is about them. And these series are very interesting when you've got a 4-game set against a team that you haven't seen play this year. Game 1 sets the tempo. Wanted to see the Cubs offense come out roaring tonight. Get it, back in gear, kind of set the stage. The Giants know that the Cubs offense has probably had its struggles, that they've got great starting pitching and what they've been about this year. But again, I wanted to kind of flip the script a little bit. Good to see that early offense get that early lead. You're right. Hamill was solid first time through that lineup. Kind of hit a little bit of a road bump, ended up going to the bullpen. But you know what? You're looking for the W in Game 1 and setting that tone, and it was a big win for that.
All right, let's check out our Sports Authority play of the game, and you just saw it. We'll show you again. Second inning, pair of singles from Hamill and Russell. Kyle Schwarber has left the building. That blast, a 3-run jack into the wind in right center. And all of a sudden, the Cubs are 5 up.
Yeah, great swing right there. Heston, we talked about it a little bit last night, Captain, on the postgame show. Super sinker, it's what he's all about. Once you get that ball down in the zone. His two-seam fastball had much more run tonight than depth. It wasn't diving at home plate. So, again, that's a pitch you can go out and get and barrel up. You saw Schwarber do it right there. Get that front foot down, stay backside strong, and drive it out over the right center field wall. Great swing from him. We're really leaning on him. Schwarber, Rizzo have really been carrying a bunch of the load right now. Both guys big factors in tonight's ball game and will be this weekend.
You see him turn on that thing, and you see such a short, compact swing. Right. You don't need that long, looping swing. He looks great.
Well, he doesn't have to generate power. That's one thing about Schwarber's swing that you do recognize. He's very strong in the lower half. He's got great balance at home plate and keeps his hands back very well. You see how he sets his hands kind of low, but he stays through the baseball. It's really about his game planning. You can almost watch his game plan at home plate play out where he's looking to hit the ball, what his approach is going up against guys. I think of his first home run to left field. He was looking that way, almost a similar pitch, but wanted to go that way. I believe it was in Cleveland, right? So he wanted to go out to left field that way and stayed on the ball. In that situation, there was no doubt that he was looking to pull. Had to go out a little bit as that ball was running away from him, but able to barrel up and hit the 3-run homer.
Jed Hoyer said earlier today when we talked to him at the ballpark, having a guy like Schwarber and Rizzo, Cubs have not had left-handed dominant run producers for so long. Right. Really allows you to balance your lineup.
Well, it certainly does. I mean, a lot easier to come up with the right-handed hitters. I mean, obviously there's more of them. And, we get Chris Bryant growing. This is going to be a really, really cool dynamic. Good swings by Soler again tonight. Those two guys have really been struggling. But the way this has set itself up against the San Francisco Giants in this particular series, 4 righties are going. So those two are going to play pivotal roles.
All right, let's take a look at the Cubs bullpen. Yes, Tommy Hunter gave up a 2-run home run, but the rest of that bullpen was really, really good tonight. And they kept the Giants in check. Hamill, none too pleased to have been pulled out, but Justin Grimm comes in, gets out of a jam right there, and the bullpen, other than Hunter, is good.
I'll tell you what, Cap, this is a day that you might circle on your calendar and say, the Cubs grew up an awful lot. I think that's what you get from Hamill getting kind of yanked out of this ball game a little bit early. Nobody's immune. It's a playoff chase. Listen, your game, you want to be on your game. I mean, both managers were managing this game as if it was a playoff game. You saw 10 relievers used in this ball game, so there wasn't a whole lot of leeway. Our guys were on game, and like I said, the message that's sent is not only sent to Jason Hamill as he's taken out of the ball game a little bit early. It puts everybody on point. Justin Grimm came in and he was throwing darts, throwing fastball, got his breaking ball working, and everybody else after that, like I said, other than Tommy Hunter getting touched up by that 2-run homer, was spotless. I mean, that's the kind of effort you wanted to see from your bullpen tonight. Going up against that Giants offense, which is a very good one.
All right, time for our Cholula hot sauce pitching recap. 4 innings of work for both starters. Hamill retired 11 of his first 12, then 1 of his final 5, and he was done. 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs there earned, 4 Ks, 2 walks. For Heston, 4 innings, 5 hits, 5 earned, 1 K, and 2 walks.
Yeah, I thought we had a real nice approach against Chris Heston tonight. Again, when he's got that sinker working, he can be dangerous. As we know, he's thrown a no-hitter already this year. Again, that ball was sailing a little bit, but our hitters were aggressive. They were patient, selectively aggressive was kind of what I wanted to see tonight. They were put together good at-bats against him. Were able to score some early runs. And again, for Jason tonight, just really the tale of, it's a 4-inning outing, so, really not a whole lot to break down. But, when he lost it, it was all about his fastball command. Think about how that ball, the Pence double was loud, the home run was loud as well. You get to the 2 leadoff walks, which kind of set the stage for him getting yanked out of the ball game, and that's it. That's really what it comes down to. But prior to that, dialed in. Again, I've said it many times. The Giants came in, going up in Atlanta, hitting home runs the other way. Their left-handed hitters did the exact same thing in Atlanta that we saw tonight. So they're kind of rolling right now, and they did their damage tonight without their best hitter, Buster Posey, starting.
Right, he got his scheduled day off. He's expected back in the lineup tomorrow to go up against John Lester.
Well, they're a hot offense right now. That's going to be the challenge in this one. I feel like we've got a real strong, favorable matchup with our starters. I think we've got an advantage there going up against their hitters, but it's going to be put on our offense. Their starters aren't nearly as strong as ours. We've got a real advantage right there if we can get some early runs, get leads, turn it over to our guys, our horses, and hopefully grab a few victories here.
All right, time for a break here on Cubs Post Game Live, presented by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Whole lot more to do. Holly and I will be right back.
Cubs Post Game Live is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all.
Hey, Ralph Punzel.
Oh, hey, Ronnie.
Where are you headed?
Great Clips.
You're getting a haircut?
I checked in already. Using their online check-in.
I'm dying to check.
It saves you time.
You're getting a haircut.
Why? Thinking about applying to astronaut school.
That's cool.
Okay, I'll see you, Ronnie.
Next time, save time. Download the online check-in app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
DirecTV is at it again with another so-called deal. With a $30 intro rate that jumps to over $100 after just 3 months, then shoots up to almost $200 after a year. The hits just keep on coming. Because you're locked into a 2-year contract that can cost up to $3,500. Don't get blindsided by DirecTV. Switch to an Xfinity X1 Double Play for $89.99 a month and lock in your rate for 2 years. Call 1-800-XFINITY or go online.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
To some of us, home improvement isn't a chore. It's a privilege and a satisfying part of owning your own home. The tools and supplies you choose need to be able to deliver the same quality that you demand of the work you do. At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we understand, and we want to help you achieve the best job possible. For your next home repair or home improvement project, we'd like to help you make your life better with genuine value. From Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Time for our Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. Who's hot? Who's not so hot? Let's take a look at a pair of National League sluggers since the All-Star break. Curtis Granderson, he's been rolling, as have his Mets. .329 batting average, 4 bombs and 12 knocked in. Todd Frazier left it all at the home run derby. .60 batting average, 16 strikeouts and 5 grounded in double plays. Brutal. All right, let's go to Joe Madden, brought to you by Xfinity.
Oh, really?
I thought so. I mean, he had really good physical stuff from where I was sitting. The command was off a little bit with the fastball. And I did not want to let them back into that game right there. I thought it was really important that we did not. You know, it's been my experience when you get to the point where you get to the playoffs, there's some really, really great work done in the 5th, 6th, and 7th inning by relievers that never get any credit for it. And that's what happened today. I mean, we did give up the 2-run homer. Hunter gave it up, but Grimmer was fabulous. And then everybody that followed him, they were really good. Motter was outstanding today, too. Just like I knew the bullpen was rested. I knew we had the guys to do it, just trying to figure it out in advance how it was going to play. And I thought it could play. But it came down to they got the 2-run homer. They're a very experienced team. You could feel or sense that they were feeling pretty good about where they were at, and I thought we'd do something differently just based on, I thought Hammer had great velocity and stuff, but the command was not there tonight.
Going back to what you said, use the word playoff. Are you saying that going forward here in these kinds of games, you're going to manage like this is playoffs?
I don't believe I do it every night, but you know, more so right now. I think as we're getting to this particular juncture of the season, you don't want to just give anything away, especially when you have a lead like that. I mean, that's part of it. I mean, that was just that game. It was August 6th, the way the game was playing tonight. You get off to such a quick lead like that, to relinquish that and lose that game is a very difficult loss, and especially to this particular team right now. So I just thought we did not want to let it slip away tonight.
I know you downplayed the importance of any one game or series, but did you sense the atmosphere tonight?
Oh, the atmosphere is great. It was fabulous. It was fabulous. I think everybody was engaged. If you were in attendance or watching on TV, I'm sure you were totally entertained. I was entertaining in the dugout, almost too entertaining in the dugout.
Now, did you make a conscious effort to get everybody in the game? Because you did.
No, I wasn't conscious. I mean, it just happened because of you know, what had happened early when what I did with the pitching right there, and the way it was all playing out was you just start counting, and like Schwarber right there at the end. I mean, really looking for him to get his last at bat in the 8th inning, but it didn't happen. But I'm not going to. With the lead, I felt really good about Rossi finishing with Rondon. So you just have to do it. You just do it, and you don't stray from that because of what may happen. What is happening is that you have the lead. Ronnie's rested. There's a good part of the batting order coming up versus him that he should match up well against. So it played out well.
With Hamill, the way he went down there, do you or somebody else on the staff say something in that?
Yeah, I will talk to him absolutely, because you know, it's not a lack of confidence by any means. It's just the moment. Every game has its own unique characteristics. The way this game was playing tonight, if we didn't have that rested of a bullpen, I probably would have chosen to do something differently also. Having all those 3 lefties out there, even though we didn't use them, also permitted me to do things tonight that I, you know, with Belt and Crawford there and back-to-back, there's different things we could have done, but it just played out in the way that it did. And so Richard being in the bullpen with the length, Woody with length, Russell, actually, there was reasons why I felt we could do things tonight.
What do you mean by almost too interesting in the dugout, guys? Crazy in there?
Oh no, I'm just, you know, the fact that the game was it was tight, it was intense. Yeah, it was great. Oh, totally, it was beautiful, man. That's what it's supposed to feel like. That's what it's supposed to look like. That's what everybody's looking for. I love that kind of a moment. I think it's great, and I want our guys to embrace it also.
What about across the dugout when you're managing against one of the best guys?
Yeah, I know. I've known Boch since the 80s, man. I mean, when he was managing in Riverside, I was a roving instructor the night that Jose Valentin beat Palm Springs with a home run down a right field line. He was the manager of Riverside. So I've seen him for a long. I know how good he is. He's a great guy. He's not a good guy. He's a great guy. My son did a photography shoot with him a couple years ago in Phoenix. He treated Joey like gold, man. It was great. So I have nothing but great respect for him.
But you get going, man.
All right, time for our UPS Store Taking Care of Business player of the game. And that would be that guy right there. Kyle Schwarber gets all of it. That short, compact swing, 3-run bomb. Cubs win 5-4, Holly.
Yeah, walked a couple runs to go with it as well. You know, we talked about it coming in, who our hot hitters are. He and Anthony Rizzo doing the bulk of the damage. Good to see it continue as he hits his first home run at Wrigley Field. That's a big moment for him. This is a playoff atmosphere, Cap. You know, so much is going to be extracted from this series, you know, not just from this win tonight, as this series unfolds for these young players, as they start to get the feel of what playoff baseball is all about. You know, we're looking at this team to push, and there's a lot of push in them. We've talked about it all season long, the fight, the comeback wins, the late drama that we've had. But there's a lot to learn when you kind of, you know, when you create it in April and May, you know, you say, oh, listen, we can compete with anybody in baseball. But when you get to August, late August and September, when it starts to matter and the weather starts to change a little bit, you get a little different feel to what these games are all about. And these young players are feeling it right now.
All right, we'll be right back. Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. A little bit more with Holly.
The McDonald's Jalapeno Double and all-new Jalapeno McChicken are loaded with sliced and crispy jalapenos. So they're pretty hot. Try them now for just $2 each at McDonald's.
Elk Grove Village is home to the largest industrial park in the United States. It's a community of makers, companies that invent, design, manufacture. When your neighbors are makers, the supply chain gets shorter and profits grow. It's why businesses thrive here. Elk Grove Village. Makers want it.
I thought you said they got a Buick.
I thought they did.
Is that a Buick?
So your dad let you borrow the Buick, Mr. Simmons. And it's got a 5-star overall safety rating, so there's nothing to worry about.
My grandpa used to drive a Buick.
I don't think that's what he's worried about.
That's not your grandpa.
Now get the best of the remaining 2015s and pay no interest for 5 years. Plus get $750 purchase bonus cash on Buick Encore.
Save big during Menards Made in the USA sale. Made in Chicago, Illinois, the 30-inch St. Clair vanity includes a white raised panel door with a Roman arch design. $149. The 30-inch Carnegie vanity features a beautiful harvest oak finish and square raised panels. $179. Update your bathroom with a new toilet by Mansfield. Made in Perrysville, Ohio, they include everything you need in one box. Right now, the ProFit Standard Round Toilet is just $59 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
What up, peeps? It's Gabe.
And Babe.
And today we're talking about mobile plans the real way.
Why?
I'm at the coffee shop on my Walmart Family Mobile Unlimited plan. It's unlimited talk, text, and data. We could do this all day with 4G LTE speed. Hey, baby! Because we move fast.
You want to go to the park, buddy? And at $29.88, it's the lowest price unlimited plan that includes 4G LTE.
It's the real plan
for real people
with real savings.
Save money. Live better. Walmart.
It's only a muffin, freshly baked in store. And just one bite will have you wanting more. New freshly baked cranberry orange double chocolate and blueberry McCafe muffins. Now a small McCafe coffee and any muffin is only $2.29.
Welcome back to Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. David Kaplan, Todd Hollinsworth with you. Let's take a look at the Blue Cross Blue Shield key to tonight's victory.
All right, a little bit of a two-parter here. Second time through in playoff atmosphere. We know what the playoff atmosphere is all about. Here's the one thing that stood out against Chris Heston. There was one staggering number there. It's the third inning. Got an 8.55 ERA. Well, because the Cubs actually put such a great, strong first inning together, it's kind of how it played itself out. It gave up 19 earned runs in 20 innings there that second time through the lineup. And you know what the Cubs did then? Well, you're watching it right there. That's that 3-run homer that Schwarber has right there, along with a couple other hits. So they got to him. They did some damage right there in a spot that you would have circled and predicted that was going to happen. And then talking about the playoff atmosphere, that's the fun part about all of this, is that we've got playoff atmosphere in early August, and it's because this team has played very, very well. It's not the Giants, it's our boys, and our boys are playing great baseball right now, and I'm happy to say it, that this is a big weekend series, and then I think we got a real shot at making up some ground here.
Yeah, people are so excited. I was out at the ballpark earlier for Sports Talk Live, and there's just that electricity that you don't always feel.
Right.
Once in a while, it's there. There was that buzz at the stadium.
But it's not even, you know, and I don't even think it's a series. It's kind of like a few years of, like, we haven't been here before.
Been pent up.
Well, right. I mean, that's the atmosphere, and that's what I'm excited for. So many friends reaching out, you know, so excited going to the game tonight. Everybody's into this series, and, you know, here we are in early August talking about it. We still got 50-plus games left.
All right, got to take another time out. We'll come back. We'll tell you about tomorrow's pitching matchup. Get you set for Game 2 of this 4-game set between Cubs and the Giants right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Be right back.
Kate!
She can't go alone. Give me your hand! That was close.
Where were you born? It's a question asked all the time. Because where you're from shapes who you are, inspires how you do things. And when that inspiration comes from a place this refreshing, this majestic, this... well, you get the idea. Coors Light, born in the Rockies.
Get your nibblers here! Get your nibblers right here! Poppable, shareable, craveable. Your favorite classics with a crispy twist. New corn dog nibblers. Crispy butterfly shrimp nibblers. Creamy mac and cheese nibblers.
You can see the macaroni and cheese, and I love it.
Corn dog.
Shrimp's good.
Yum. Nibbler shrimp tossers. Get your nibblers here only at White Castle. The crave is a powerful thing.
Tom posted.
Dogs grew, car didn't. Hashtag Great Dane problems.
Wow, how old are they?
8 months.
You're gonna need a CRV, and you could find a great deal on one at the Honda Summer Clearance event. The CRV is Motor Trend's 2015 Sport Utility of the Year and a 2015 IIHS Top Safety Pick. Oh, he likes it.
Perfect.
Hurry in to the Honda Summer Clearance event for a great deal on your new Honda.
One thing we can rely on in this house is UVerse high-speed internet.
I've been streaming movies all day without any problems.
UVerse high-speed internet has brought much-needed reliability to our lives.
It's got reliability you can rely on.
AT&T UVerse high-speed internet. With 99.9% reliability, it's one thing you can rely on.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Cholula Hot Sauce, the flavorful hot sauce with the iconic wooden cap.
Check out the pitching matchup for tomorrow's Game 2 of this 4-game series. Mike Leake was supposed to go for the Giants. They just acquired him from the Reds, but he's been scratched due to a strained hamstring. Ryan Vogelsong will start instead against John Lester. Here's tonight's starter, Jason Hamill, after his brief outing.
I went to him to talk about it. Yeah, we talked about it.
One of those things where you don't, as a competitor, don't want to come out, but in the end you understand. Yes.
Yes and no. I felt like I'd earned the right to kind of get out of that situation. You know, it is what it is. He leveled with me, and you know, we're on the same page.
Do you anticipate if a similar situation arises that would happen again?
You know, I understand the magnitude of the situation, and I don't want to make a big deal of it. It's obviously, as a competitor, like you said, I want to be out there and clean up my own mess. So, honestly, I thought Manny had a pretty tight zone today, and some of the pitches that missed could have been strikes. And you know, Joe told me that nobody told him anything about that. So, you know, it is what it is.
All right, that is interesting stuff. You can tell he's none too pleased, but he'll accept it.
Who would be? I wouldn't be pleased. I don't know anybody else that would be. I mean, you're down on yourself. It's not the start that you're looking for, but he's a competitor. That's the response that you want. That's the response that Joe Maddon's looking for. I mean, you want a guy who wants the ball, and you want to rip it out of his hand. Doesn't mean you got to like it. Joe's got to make the tough decisions. He's got to make the tough decisions moving forward. That's the way this is going to go. And there's going to be other tough decisions. Don't think they're not going to happen here in the next 2 months. So be ready for them, Cubs fans. They're coming. But what I think what tonight is a recognition of is just that. We're a team. This is a team and an organization that's put itself in a position to get to a wild card, and decisions will be made accordingly, and that's it. You don't like them, they sting, they hurt, you get over it, and you realize we're all pulling in the same direction.
Right, and the bottom line is the decision worked. The bullpen did its job, and the Cubs walk away with a victory, and they're back in front in the wild card.
Well, you heard Joe talk about how important tonight's ball game was circumstantially, wanting to get that win after scoring those early runs and not giving those back. I understand Jason's point, completely agree with him, but you know what? He made the decision, and you got to respect it. Doesn't mean you got to like it.
All right. Thank you for watching Cubs Post Game Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. For Todd Hollandsworth, I'm David Kaplan. We will be back with you on Sunday. John Lester to the bump tomorrow. Sportsnet Central is next.
It's 2-0 Cubs early.
Hip, hip, hooray! The Cubs draw first blood against the world champs. Good evening, everyone. Alongside Mark Shanowski, I'm Chris Bowden, welcoming you into Sportsnet Central, presented by GMC.
Team USA basketball is definitely moving forward, but will Derrick Rose be wearing the stars and stripes at next summer's Olympics?
Brandon Marshall's no longer a Bear, but he's still taking his shots from afar.
I was the only one in the organization that had the weight bowls to hold him accountable.
We've got the very latest from a busy day in Bourbonnais.
You're better off just going live. We hear ya! Sportsnet Central starts now.
You are connected to Sportsnet Central, presented by GMC.
We begin with a developing story out of suburban Buffalo, where Patrick Kane is reportedly being investigated in a rape allegation with a woman. The Buffalo News reports he met at a bar and later assaulted at his home in Hamburg. Law enforcement sources tell the paper she later went to a hospital where tests involving a rape kit were performed. Local police are not commenting or even confirming or denying the existence of an investigation. County prosecutor has reportedly already been assigned to the case, but again, Kane has yet to be charged with anything. The Blackhawks issued the following statement: "We are aware of the matter and are in the process of gathering information. It would be inappropriate to comment further at this time." And Kane's agent, Pat Brisson, released this statement earlier this afternoon. As the Blackhawks indicated in their statement, they are gathering information and will be reviewing reports. It would not be appropriate to provide further comment at this time. Comcast Sportsnet, of course, will continue to monitor the Kane investigation and bring you updates when available. Tim Graham of the Buffalo News has been front and center on this story through his sources and joins us now. And Tim, Kane's celebrity and his home in suburban Hamburg combines to add up to a local awareness of his status. But in your time reporting there, have you ever recalled as heightened a level of sensitivity and security to information getting out, all while, of course, considering the nature of this allegation?
Well, from a sports standpoint, I think that's accurate. You know, there have been a lot of high-profile stories that I have written about in which the cone of silence becomes pretty hard to penetrate. But yeah, this is unusual that the Hamburg Police Department reached down to its entire force, whether it be patrolmen, detectives, administration, with a gag order that prevented them from allowing any information to get out regarding their investigation into Patrick Kane.
While still trying to uncover valid information throughout the day, have you gained a sense of how his hometown is feeling and reacting, at least about what you've reported so far?
Oh, certainly it's uneasy, and this is one of Buffalo's favorite sons. And, you know, Buffalo is a proud town. It's a big sports town, as you can guess, and it's also it's proud about the fact that it's blue collar, and we like to drink our beer and eat our wings and have a good time, and we embrace people who, you know, kind of revel in that a little bit. I mean, the two biggest sports stars from Western New York right now are Patrick Kane and Rob Gronkowski, and they're both cut from the same cloth, and there's kind of an appeal to that.
Tim, you also revealed in your report Thursday night how this case could take a long time to establish whether he'll be charged or not. Why?
Well, it's because it's such a delicate situation. You know, there's a lot of evidence that's going to need to be collected. I think that this is something where, you know, there might be some evidence in his home or that he has that totally exonerates him, or vice versa. and this is something that's going to take a while, too, because some big guns are getting involved. And we learned late this afternoon that Erie County's district attorney has assigned Roseanne Johnson as the prosecutor in the case. Now, that doesn't mean that charges will be brought, but it's now being overseen by a prosecutor. And Roseanne Johnson is the chief of the Special Victims Bureau, which further indicates the type of investigation that has been ongoing today. When the chief of Special Victims is involved, then I think that however talented Patrick Kane is on a power play, isn't going to matter one bit to somebody like that.
That's Tim Graham from the Buffalo News. Tim, thanks for your time. We'll continue following you on this story.
Of course, much more on the Kane story in the upcoming days. Now to baseball. It's been a long time since the Cubs were playing important series late in the season, 2009 to be exact. Tonight's opener against the defending World Series champion Giants definitely had that October feel. Both teams pulling out all the stops to try to get the upper hand. San Francisco began the night with a half-game lead over the Cubs in the race for the final National League playoff spot. It was a beautiful evening for baseball at the friendly confines and a full house on hand to witness the series opener. Giants starter Chris Heston, who pitched a no-hitter early in the season, struggled with his command. He sandwiches a couple of walks around hitting Anthony Rizzo, all part of a 38-pitch first inning. So with the bases loaded, Jorge Soler makes him pay. Drives the single to left field, two-run score, comes up a pair after one. Before Heston comes out for the second inning, pitching coach Dave Righetti gives him a pep talk, but apparently it didn't help the struggling righty.
March 5th. And he drives this one out into very deep right center, way back, and it's gone. A three-run homer.
Schwarber's sixth long ball comes in just his 25th career game. 5-0 Northsiders. Looks like a rout. Same score in the fourth inning. Jason Hamill had been cruising, but then Brandon Belt takes him for a ride. He belts one into the bleachers in left center, his 14th home run of the season. Good. Yep, Giants finally get on the board. It's 5-2. Next inning, Hamill's command completely deserts him. He walks the first too many faces, and Joe Madden had seen enough. He yanks his starter after only 76 pitches. As you can see, Hamill not too pleased as he walks to the dugout. It's up to the bullpen the rest of the way. Justin Grimm on in relief. After getting the first two outs of the inning, a long at bat against Nori Aoki finally gets him to ground to second. Cubs out of the jam. We move to the sixth. Newly acquired Tommy Hunter on the mound. He was good in his first two outings, not this time. Brandon Crawford goes opposite field. A two-run shot for the all-star shortstop, his 19th. All of a sudden, it's a one-run game. Next inning, Cubs a chance to add on, but Starlin Castro pops up with runners at the corners. He left 6 runners on base in this ball game. We head to the ninth. Cubs clinging to that slim 5-4 advantage. Hector Rondon facing Hector Sanchez, and the catcher grounds harmlessly to second. Rondon has been outstanding over the last few weeks since he's been reinstated as the closer. Cubs win 5-4. They leapfrog the Giants into that second wild card spot. Time to check out tonight's Country Financial top performers, all from tonight's action at Wrigley Field. A trio of Cubs, Jorge Soler. Hip, hip, Jorge.
So we did
first hit at the Open. 2 for 4. A couple of runs batted in. Anthony Rizzo reaches base 4 times. He's hot again. And Kyle Schwarber, the big hitting hero, a 3-run homer as the Cubs hang on to beat San Francisco 5-4. Here's the skipper, Joe Madden, a short time ago.
Right now, I think as we get into this particular juncture of the season, you don't want to just give anything away, especially when you have a lead like that. I mean, that's part of it. I mean, that was just that game. It was August 6th, the way the game was playing tonight. You get off to such a quick lead like that. To relinquish that and lose that game is a very difficult loss, and especially to this particular team right now. So I just thought we did not want to let it slip away tonight. Oh, the atmosphere is great. It was fabulous. It was fabulous. I think everybody was engaged. If you were in attendance or watching on TV, I'm sure you were totally entertained. I was entertaining in the dugout, almost too entertaining in the dugout.
Yeah, a little bit of stress in the home dugout. You know the Cubs are in a playoff race when Madden decides to pull his starting pitcher with a 5-2 lead in the 5th inning after he'd thrown just 76 pitches. Jason Hamill not happy about leaving the game so early, but after he walked the first 2 hitters in that inning, Madden didn't want to take any chances with Hamill possibly serving up a game-tying homer. Here's a reaction to the unexpected move, starting with Hamill.
I went to him to talk about it. Yeah, we talked about it.
One of those things where you don't, as a competitor, don't want to come out, but in the end you understand.
Yes. Yes and no. I felt like I'd earned the right to kind of get out of that situation. You know, it is what it is. He leveled with me, and you know, we're on the same page.
I thought so. I mean, he had really good physical stuff from where I was sitting. The command was off a little bit with the fastball. And I did not want to let them back into that game right there. I thought it was really important that we did not. You know, it's been my experience when you get to the point where you get to the playoffs, there's some really, really great work done in the 5th, 6th, and 7th inning by relievers that never get any credit for it. And that's what happened today.
Yeah, the bar gets raised in August, I'd say. Much more from Wrigley Field. Specifically, Kyle Schwarber. We'll hear from the Cubs rookie sensation and our expert analyst on the kid that just keeps on raking. Also, we'll tell you why Derrick Rose won't stand a chance of sporting any Olympic medal after next summer's games. Plus, we have a little bit of a better idea when Bears top pick Kevin White might be ready to hit the practice field. You are watching Sportsnet Central.
Sportsnet Central on Comcast Sportsnet is presented to you by GMC. We are professional grade.
A pitcher who can paint the corners is known as a Rembrandt. At GMC, we get why people love that kind of precision. After all, in everything we build, that's exactly what we deliver. This is precision. This is GMC. Now during the GMC Summer Sell Down, get cash back for 20% of the MSRP on select Sierra models in stock the longest. That's over $10,000 on this Sierra.
Looking sharp, Len. Who's the lucky lady?
I'm going to the bank to discuss a mortgage.
See, you need a loan, you put on a suit, you go crawling to the bank. This is how I dress to get a mortgage. I just go to LendingTree. I calculate how much home I can afford. I get multiple offers to compare side by side. And the best part is, the banks come crawling to me.
Everything you need to get a better mortgage. Clothing optional. LendingTree. When banks compete, you win.
Okay.
Awkward.
Tomorrow, the Sox are looking to gain some ground against the AL Central leading Royals in the first of a 3-game set. Join special guest and 2005 World Series champion Scott Podsednik in the booth with Hawk all series long. White Sox, Royals, tomorrow at 7 on CSN.
For over 50 years, Discount Tire has been the place where America saves on tires. Get a $70 Visa prepaid card on select sets of 4 Bridgestone tires.
Quiet on the set. Pick 73. What? It's a saving big is no laughing matter at the Bob Roman Auto Group. Over 7,000 new and used cars online at bobrorman.com.
There's only one Bob Roman.
Well, it's fun to watch those highlights, but Derrick Rose may have pulled down the curtain on his career with USA Basketball. D. Rose decided not to attend next week's mandatory Team USA minicamp in Las Vegas. All-star guard Jimmy Butler will be there as one of 8 new players added to the pool for spots on next summer's Olympic team. As for Derrick, he's completely healthy, working out with his personal trainer in Los Angeles, his normal summer routine. But apparently, Rose decided the odds of beating out so many talented point guards weren't in his favor. Earlier this week, I asked ESPN 1000's Nick Friedel if Rose was looking to avoid the potential embarrassment of getting cut next summer.
Not the player now that he was a few years ago when he was ready to go to London and play for Team USA in the 2012 game. So there is a touch of that for sure. And when you look at this roster, Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, Carmelo, LeBron, Steph Curry, the reigning MVP, there are a lot of guys that he would have to go through.
Our Bears training camp coverage is brought to you by Apt Electronics. And unfortunately, the first week has included daily updates on the health of first-round draft pick Kevin White. The wideout out of West Virginia has now missed all 7 practices with a shin injury. But after Ian Rappaport of NFL.com tweeted in the morning that White was a candidate to begin the regular season on the physically unable to perform list, Ryan Pace and John Fox clarified that after doing other cardio work to try to stay in shape, he'll finally begin running drills next week. And though we haven't been allowed to tape it, John Fox has run one of the most physical camps in years as he assesses the personnel on his roster before the first preseason game a week from now. Thursday's practice in Bourbonnais was capped off by a live goal line stand as the reserve unit running back Daniel Thomas barreled through DeMontre Hurst and into the end zone to cap off the workout.
I think the guys enjoy it. It's a hard thing to practice unless you walk it through, short yardage or goal lines because it's such a tight play. Just over experience, you just learn it. You're better off just going live. You get to see how guys execute, and you need a little bit of that practice because we don't practice that way all the time. So a little bit of toughness, how guys how they are at the point of attack. It's pretty much a grunt play, so it's we enjoy watching it.
Pretty much a grunt play. Yeah, he's old.
And he enjoys watching it. Yeah.
How about this guy, Brandon Marshall, now with the Jets after wearing out his welcome in Chicago. But that doesn't mean he's done talking about his time playing for the Bears. Marshall's relationship with his old buddy Jay Cutler really began to deteriorate last season. And this morning on ESPN's First Take, Marshall tried to explain why things fell apart, basically questioning the way the previous staff and Cutler's teammates failed to hold the veteran quarterback accountable.
Last year, I just felt like when we're going on 10 years, 10 years in the league, it's time to get it. And I felt like I was the only one in the organization that had the Weibos to hold him accountable. And it didn't go the way I wanted to go, and there's some things I probably take back. The guy is one of the most talented guys out there. He's one of the smartest guys out there. He has everything that he needs to be successful. I don't know if he's been hit too many times, just been beat, because you got to think about it. He's one of the most hit quarterbacks ever, and that can take a toll on you.
Alrighty then, back to the 2015 edition of these Bears and their defense. Kip Lewis reports on a second-year linebacker who's turning heads in Bourbonnais, trying to zero in on a starting role.
As an undrafted rookie last year, Christian Jones still managed to start 5 games for the Bears in 2014. And so far in this year's training camp, the former Florida State star has been taking reps with the first unit defense at inside linebacker. And Jones believes this new defensive scheme may suit his talents even better.
Fitting real well so far. I think this new defense kind of goes along with my skill set. It's real versatile. Do a lot of dropping in coverage, covering receivers, and this time we get aggressive and we blitz, and it's some stuff I did in college my last year, so some is kind of familiar.
Despite starting 40 games for the Seminoles, Jones went undrafted out of college, but the 6'3", 248-pounder never let his disappointment derail his desire to play and succeed in the NFL.
I always stay focused, always believed in God, trusting the system, trusting the coaches, and had a lot of support, coming in. Things don't go your way sometimes. You just got to keep moving forward. That's what I did. Every day I came out here, tried to practice hard, tried to get better, and did everything I can, just try to help out the team. Oh, he is athletic. He does care. He does compete. So if a guy does that, really doesn't matter what round he was in or where he came from, that they're ultra competitive. And to me, that's kind of the difference maker, I think, in choosing your team and choosing football players. So, again, I've only had a few practices with him, but he's athletic, he's got size, he's got length, and he cares about it.
With the Bears in Bourbonnais, Kip Lewis, Comcast Sportsnet.
All right, Kip, thank you very much. After a final timeout, we'll take you back to Wrigley Field. Kyle Schwarber continues to mash the baseball. We'll hear from the Cubs rookie after his first-round tripper at the friendly confines.
A pitcher who can paint the corners is known as a Rembrandt. At GMC, we get why people love that kind of precision. After all, in everything we build, that's exactly what we deliver. This is precision. This is GMC.
Now during the GMC Summer Sell Down, get cash back for 20% of the MSRP on select Sierra models in stock the longest. That's over $10,000 on this Sierra.
Great time for a shiny floor wax, no? Not if you just put the finishing touches on your latest masterpiece. Timing's important. Comcast Business knows that. That's why you can schedule an installation at a time that works for you, even late at night or on the weekend if that's what you need, because you have enough to worry about. I did not see that coming.
Don't deal with disruptions. Get better internet installed on your schedule. Comcast Business, built for business.
Packed house, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. Well, how about this moment for the kid?
It's a golden opportunity to elevate each moment, hit every mark, thread every needle, turn every ride into a thrill ride. Come into the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event, where you'll find some of the best offers of the year on our most exhilarating models. Lease the all-wheel drive 2015 IS250 for $349 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Weeknights, don't miss Sports Talk Live on Comcast Sportsnet. David Kaplan leads a roundtable on the day's hottest topics, interviews Chicago's biggest stars, and interacts with you, the viewer. Sports Talk Live, presented by the all-new Chevy Silverado. Weeknights on Comcast Sportsnet.
It's Sunday Funday on Comcast Sportsnet when Chris Bryant and the boys host Buster Posey's Giants for the last time this regular season. Coverage begins at 12:30 with Cubs pregame live, presented by Fields Auto. Cubs, Giants, Sunday at 12:30 on CSN.
Welcome back. White Sox, after an off day, back in action tomorrow night. John Danks against Edison Valdez when they open a 3-game weekend set against the Royals at 7 o'clock tomorrow here on Comcast Sportsnet. And tomorrow, you can also come out to enjoy some exciting baseball action as Comcast Sportsnet hosts a special viewing party at Mitchell's Tap on Halstead, just in the shadow of U.S. Cellular Field. Watch Chicago Southside team square off against Kansas City. Enjoy Miller Lite. That's tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
But tonight, we select our GMC professional grade player. It is Cubs rookie catcher Kyle Schwarber. His 3-run blast off Chris Heston gave the Cubs a 5-0 lead over San Francisco in the second inning. A bit of a nail-biter the rest of the way, but they got the win 5-4. Schwarber finished 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored, 3 runs batted in. He's now batting .342 for the season with a .429 on-base percentage, and that will even get you an interview with our Luke Stuckmark.
It's a huge series for us. Fans are awesome. We're out there going out there and competing, and we're having fun with it. Just trying to put the ball in play, hit it hard, and hit it over the fence. And hearing the crowd roar, it's awesome. These are the best fans out here, and best fans in the major leagues.
We didn't hear from Luke, but he was there. He looked good. Schwarber says his teammates used to call him Hulk back in high school, but we're going with the Star Wars theme because, as you can see, the force is strong in this one. Here's former NL Rookie of the Year Todd Hollandsworth on the Cubs' amazing young hitter.
He doesn't have to generate power. That's one thing about Schwarber's swing that you do recognize. He's very strong in the lower half. He's got great balance at home plate and keeps his hands back very well. You see how he sets his hands kind of low, but he stays through the baseball. It's really about his game planning. You can almost watch his game plan at home plate play out where he's looking to hit the ball, what his approach is going up against guys. I think of his first home run to left field. He was looking that way, almost a similar pitch, but wanted to go that way. I believe it was in Cleveland, right? So he wanted to go out to left field that way and stayed on the ball. In that situation, there was no no doubt that he was looking to pull. Had to go out a little bit as that ball was running away from him, but able to barrel up and hit the 3-run homer.
The amazing young Mr. Schwarber. Cubs leapfrog the Giants to take a half-game lead for the final wild card playoff spot. Washington 3-back after beating Arizona this afternoon. More post-game reaction from Wrigley Field. Let's hear from the hot-hitting Anthony Rizzo.
It's big. It's big to give our pitchers a lead there and get 5 early, first 2 innings, and a big home run by Schwarber. And we held on there, thankfully, and it's a really nice start to our homestand.
When you see Joe manage his pitching staff like that early in the game, does that send a message to how he views some of these games?
No, it's not. I mean, talking to him today, he says it's a big Thursday. You know, it's not. He doesn't really view it as a big game, nor do. I mean, every game is huge right now. And obviously, we're playing a team that we can help gain ground on to where we want to be, but we just got to play our baseball and really not worry about anything else.
Anthony, you guys are obviously trending in the right direction right now. How do you guys feel about yourselves right here in this clubhouse right now as a team?
Good, really good. We feel like, we can play with everyone, and we've just been doing that all year, really. And I feel like guys are really coming along offensively and defensively, Obviously, we made an adjustment there with KB and Castro there in the 8th or 9th, and it was a nice play that was made, but playing good defense as well.
The plays of the day are presented by Lexus.
Number 3, Snakes and Gnats in D.C. Jake Lamb roping a line drive. Watch Ian Desmond elevate and make the full extension grab at shortstop. Nationals win this one 8-3, and watch the young fans' reaction. He simply can't believe it. Mark and I couldn't either.
Number 2, we take you down to the minors. The Cubs AA Tennessee Smokies. Remember Albert Almora? We heard so much about him. Pretty nice defensive play there in center field. The leaping grab. Almora trying to work his way towards the big leagues. Tennessee would lose this game to Birmingham.
Number 1 back to Toronto. I don't know if we were ever there. Miguel Sano hits a fly ball to deep center field. Kevin Pillar lays full out for the diving catch to end the inning. One of the best grabs of the season. The Blue Jays win big 9-3 and complete the sweep, 4-game sweep of Minnesota. And the Royals-Tigers game, so suspenseful in the bottom of the 8th in Motown. A rodent wanted the best seat possible. Pest control. One of the darkest squirrels I've ever seen made his way onto the field from the third baseline. KC left fielder Ben Zobrist would try to steer it off the field of play. The squirrel delay entertained, but eventually ended with a bullpen exit. Not sure how the guys in the bullpen felt about the squirrel joining them there, but Tigers would end up winning that game 8-6. They're all of a sudden back in the wild card.
That looks like a combination bat-squirrel.
That's right. It's flying!
Thanks for watching Sportsnet Central, presented by GMC.
A pitcher who can paint the corners is known as a Rembrandt. At GMC, we get why people love that kind of precision. After all, in everything we build, that's exactly what we deliver. This is precision. This is GMC.
Now during the GMC Summer Sell Down, get cash back for 20% of the MSRP on select Sierra models in stock the longest. That's over $10,000 on this Sierra.
Hello! Not getting enough oomph out of your energy drink? Then try an extra strength 5-hour energy shot. Its beefed up blend of vitamins, nutrients, and caffeine make it the very definition of extra strength. Plus, every great flavor has 0 sugar and 4 calories. So, for an energy shot that really pulls its own weight, switch to extra strength 5-hour energy. Oh, could you go left up here? I need to pick up my dry cleaning.
But what does it cost to send?
For pickup tomorrow, $11.
With Western Union's new reduced fee of $11, save from 30 to 80% when sending over $200 from participating agent locations.
With original Duck brand duct tape, sticky is only half the story. Be duckstinctive. Duckorate. Be duckalicious. Duck to the rescue. Celebrate any duckcation. Whether you're being creative or keeping it all together, get the duck to do it.
Now available in exciting new prints.
Homeowner Protection Services can help save your home. We specialize in foreclosure assistance, and that's all we do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Homeowner Protection Services now. Homeowner Protection Services has a network of attorneys, and our agents are available to speak to you now. New laws are in effect that may save your home. So call Homeowner Protection Services now.
So what will it cost to send?
For pickup tomorrow, it's $11.
Just $11? With Western Union's new reduced fee of $11, save from 30 to 80% when sending over $200 from participating agent location.
We now join the following program already in progress.
All right, take care. There you go. Joe Perkins, who is all over this story and is a TV news reporter in Buffalo. Tim Graham from the Buffalo News is going to join us in about 5 minutes.
Good, and I'll ask him the same question because I think that there's a better answer than the Twitterverse just exploded. And I'm being sympathetic and kind of respect the fact that, you know, this is unique, and there are unique circumstances when you're talking about star players, and there is a different standard. But I just wondered, I'm curious to see how this all transpired into how it got to the point where there was, you know, detectives at his house, to the rumor mill that starts to churn, to the fact that you wake up this morning that the Buffalo News has a story about an investigation around an athlete who's not been charged with a crime.
Correct.
So we preach fairness and we preach being deliberate, and I think that there are two different speeds at which this story is progressing. So we will look forward to talking to Tim Graham from the Buffalo News.
Yep.
Who's you know, that newsroom has been very busy this morning.
Very
as well.
busy, and he will join us at 11:55.
Okay.
11:55.
And we're going to be here until 12:30.
We will be on today an extra half hour until 12:30.
Okay. Do we have to? Are we doing the new news? Do I have to? Am I Kelly Kroll, or am I, you know, Chuck or Luke? Who am I?
You're definitely not Kelly Kroll.
Okay.
You don't look that good. 312-235-2525. Also, Tim Graham getting good news this morning. He just won one of the awards for the best in American sports writing 2015 for a story on Darryl Talley's life. So congratulations to him on that. 312-235-2525
I thought if we were going to spend the day talking about things, people from Buffalo, it would have something to do with Rex Ryan, given your crush, your man crush on Rex. But that would be much better. That would be much more pleasant topic of conversation.
Yeah, it's funny because I was driving yesterday home from Cubs Post. It's late, and I'm like, you know what? We got to get somebody on from Buffalo to talk Rex.
Yeah.
I know these guys will humor me for a day.
Of course.
And now here we are. We're going to have multiple reporters from Buffalo, and Rex's name won't even come up.
Humor you for a day? I've been humoring you for months.
Yes, you have. You're a good man. 312-235-2525 is our phone
we got two big stories here in Chicago today. To recap, the Patrick Kane investigation ongoing into what the Buffalo News is saying is a sexual assault allegation made by a woman who alleges Patrick Kane sexually assaulted her, and she went to a local hospital and had a rape kit conducted.
Correct.
That's number one. Number two, the Kevin White situation, the Bears rookie wide receiver. The news is not getting any better in regard to his quote-unquote shin splints. John Fox wants to paint an optimistic picture as he did yesterday after practice.
The rap sheet saying he could open he says could spend the season on the PUP list. I'll have to bring that tweet back up. And then someone else from the NFL Network said open the season on the PUP list.
And there's some indications that this may have been a pre-existing condition, and we need to look into all that. So that's another big story. I guess the third big story is my computer just crashed. So that's not a good development either.
Dude, you got to get over to Mac, buddy. Get off that Dell. Get on the Mac.
Come on.
312-235-2525. We'll be right back. We're going to talk to Tim Graham, who's out front on this story from the Buffalo News, in 5 minutes.
Cap and Haw on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by Horowitz & Associates, Illinois' top personal injury lawyers.
How should you choose a lawyer? Find the guy who wins. I'm Cliff Horowitz, and I've won the largest personal injury verdict in Illinois history. The largest. I've won the largest jury verdict for a back injury, the largest jury verdict for a brain injury, and the largest jury verdict for a neck injury. In fact, I've won every single case I've tried over the last 20 years. If you or someone you know has been seriously injured, call me, Cliff Horowitz at Horowitz & Associates. I'll get you the full justice you deserve.
White Sox fans, want to receive exclusive ticket offers and pre-sales, video sneak peeks, breaking news alerts, and more all year long? Then you need to join the White Sox community by becoming a member of the WhiteSox.com Blacklist. The Blacklist is the only way to ensure you know about the latest and greatest promotional items, ticket deals, and special ballpark activities. Don't miss out on all the top White Sox news. Visit WhiteSox.com/Blacklist to register for free today.
Hurry into the Lowe's Summer Savings Event for great deals, like $5 to $20 off paint and primer, select stain and sealant, and resurfacers, plus 15% off special order windows and doors. Don't miss out on summer's biggest savings at Lowe's.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
An important message for Americans in need of health insurance. If there's been a recent change in your life, you are eligible for immediate protection under the Affordable Care Act. If you're uninsured because you missed the enrollment deadline, we can help. To get the protection you need, you can visit the Healthcare Exchange and spend hours exploring your options. Or you can make a single call to Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you at no cost or obligation. Health Markets Insurance Agency searches thousands of health insurance plans on the exchange and off from more than 120 leading companies like United Healthcare, Humana, and more. We'll find you the right insurance coverage and guarantee the lowest price for plans we offer. And if you qualify for a government subsidy, we'll make sure you get the tax credits you deserve. Talk to us on the phone or meet with a local licensed representative. Why pay more than you have to or risk going without the coverage you need? Put our free service to work for you.
Call the number on your screen now. Operators are standing by. Get the coverage you need. Call now.
The manager of the Sky Bar in Buffalo says that the Stanley Cup is scheduled to be there for a private party Saturday night. I would think those plans are on hold.
My guess would be they would postpone, delay, cancel.
All right, our man Tim Graham, who has been out front of this story with the Buffalo News. And first of all, Tim, congratulations on a Best of American Sports Writing Award that you just got. That's a tremendous honor for you.
Thank you. That's it's about as big as you can get, especially in sports writing. Very few of us win Pulitzers, so this is what we cling to. So thank you for saying that.
Congratulations.
I stopped submitting my stuff a long time ago, but I had a good friend who nominated me unbeknownst, and I ended up getting into things. So thank you.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about this Patrick Kane story. What is the latest? We've been following you. It's obviously just become an enormous story in Chicago. What is the latest that you know?
Well, this is where I need to be careful, and it's going to sound like a tease to your listeners, and I'm not meaning it that way at all. But as you know, when stories like this happen, the delicate nature of the allegation, of the fact that it is a rape investigation, we have a lot of information that we haven't reported yet. So I need to be careful that I don't say anything that we haven't had confirmed or run past our attorneys and things like that, because it is, it's very delicate, sensitive information. But the latest that we've reported is that Patrick Kane is the target of a rape investigation. There have not been charges. The general sense, though, I'll give you this